Lamine Yamal is not just a footballer. To the fans at the No Camp, he's a miracle. But to the accountants in Barcelona's boardroom, he is something far more dangerous. He is a $1 billion life insurance policy. At 17 years old, most players are worried about making their debut. Yamal is worried about carrying the weight of a debt-ridden institution that has no other way out. Barcelona is a club currently living in the shadow of a $1.2 billion deficit, and they've placed every remaining chip they have on a teenager who isn't even old enough to drive. But here's the reality that nobody wants to talk about. Every time Yamal steps on the pitch, his value goes up, but so does the risk. If he fails, the club's recovery plan evaporates. If he gets injured, the bank loans stop coming. This isn't just the rise of a superstar. This is the most expensive gamble in the history of football. In this video, we aren't talking about his dribbling stats or his crossing accuracy. We are talking about the Yamal economy, how a single teenager became the only thing standing between Barcelona and financial extinction. In the modern market, a release clause is usually a price tag. For Lamine Yamal, it's a statement of war. When Barcelona slapped a €1 billion release clause on his contract, they weren't expecting anyone to pay it. They were building a fortress. But why $1 billion? Because in the world of the Yamal economy, scarcity is the ultimate currency. Barcelona has lost their ability to outspend their rivals. They can no longer walk into a room and outbid PSG or Manchester City for the next big thing. Their only hope is to manufacture greatness from within and then lock the doors so tight that even the oil wealth of the Middle East can't find a key. This €1 billion figure is a psychological shield. It tells the world that Barcelona is still a giant, even if their bank accounts say otherwise. It's a message to the creditors. We have the asset that everyone wants, and we aren't selling. But there is a dark side to this $1 billion status. When you tell the world a teenager is worth 10 figures, you aren't just protecting him, you are commodifying him. Yamal isn't just a player to Laporta, he is collateral. He is the reason Nike is willing to renegotiate massive kit deals. He is the reason investors are still willing to buy into Barca vision. Barcelona has a history of burning their brightest stars to keep the lights on. Before Lamine Yamal, there was Ansu Fati. He was the heir to Messi, the chosen one, the €1 billion boy. But Barcelona was in a rush. They played him through injuries, pushed his body past the breaking point, and ultimately the asset depreciated. Now Yamal wears that same number 10 jersey, and the stakes are even higher. Yamal played 55 matches, at just 17 years old. He helped secure a domestic treble, but at what cost? The Yamal economy demands that he is always on the pitch. Because when Yamal sits on the bench, Barcelona's brand value drops. Sponsors like Nike, who recently inked a massive €1.7 billion deal with the club, aren't paying for potential. They are paying for the face of the new era. But history is a cruel teacher. We've seen this pattern with Gavi and Pedri, young muscles pushed to the limit because the club couldn't afford to rotate them. If Yamal becomes another what if, the entire financial house of cards collapses. For Barcelona, resting Yamal isn't just a sporting decision, it's a budgetary crisis. They are forced to gamble with his health every single weekend just to satisfy the terms of their survival. In the Yamal economy, the battlefield isn't just the grass, it's the retail store. For years, Real Madrid has dominated the commercial world with Adidas, while Barcelona struggled to keep pace with Nike. But Yamal has flipped the script. While Barcelona just signed a record-breaking €1.7 billion extension with Nike, their biggest star actually belongs to the enemy. In 2024, Yamal shocked the industry by leaving Nike to sign a long-term Messi-style deal with Adidas. He is now the face of their F50 line, becoming the only player besides Messi to wear the signature Spark Gen 10S. This creates a bizarre financial tension. Nike is paying Barcelona €127 million a year to be their partner, largely because of the Yamal phenomenon. Yet they can't even put him in their own boots. Every time Yamal scores a goal that saves Barcelona's season, he's doing it in 3 stripes. And it goes deeper than shoes. At 18, Yamal has already entered the Forbes top 10 highest paid players list, earning an estimated $43 million this season. $10 million of that comes from off-field deals with everyone from American Eagle to Beats and Oppo. For Barcelona, this is a double-edged sword. Yamal's global fame brings in the sponsorship revenue the club desperately needs to stay in the Deloitte Money League top 3, but it also makes him a target. In February 2026, rumors hit a fever pitch with a reported €300 million bid for the teenager. If Barcelona was any other business, they would sell. But they can't. Because without Yamal, the Nike deal loses its value, the ticket sales drop, and the Barça brand becomes just another mid-table history lesson. By February 2026, the rumors moved from internet gossip to boardroom panic. Reports surfaced of a staggering €300 million bid for Lamine Yamal, shattering Neymar's world record. While the source was linked to the Saudi Pro League, specifically Al Ittihad, the shockwave hit Barcelona where it hurts, their pride and their bank account. Normally, for a club with €2.4 billion in total debt, a €300 million injection would be a miracle. It would pay off the short-term transfer debts owed to clubs like Leeds and Bayern, and it would instantly fix their La Liga salary cap, which has been slashed to just €351 million. But in the Yamal economy, selling him is a death sentence. If Barcelona takes the money, they lose their only remaining leverage with sponsors. They lose the face of the new Camp Nou. More importantly, they lose the trust of a fan base that has already watched Lionel Messi leave for nothing. This is the ultimate trap. Barcelona is too poor to say no to €300 million, but they are too Barça to say yes. They are trapped in a cycle of turning down life-saving money to protect a future that they might not even live to see. Every time Laporta says Yamal is untouchable, he is effectively telling the banks that he's betting the entire house on a teenager's hamstrings. While Yamal's market value is skyrocketing toward €350 million, his presence has forced Barcelona into a radical new financial experiment: the wage ceiling. To keep the club from repeating the Messi-era collapse, Laporta has reportedly set a soft cap of €10 to €15 million net for new signings. But here's the problem. If Yamal is the world's best, he will eventually want the world's best salary. By 2026, he's already earned a massive jump to €15 million a year, making him one of the club's top earners. If Barcelona has to keep raising his pay to keep him away from PSG, they won't have enough room under La Liga's €351 million cap to sign anyone to play with him. And then there's the stadium. Barcelona returned to the Spotify Camp Nou in late 2025, but it wasn't the triumphant homecoming they promised. As of February 2026, the project is €300 million over budget, and the third tier remains a construction site. The club is losing €80 million a year in potential matchday revenue because they can't fill the VIP boxes that were supposed to pay off the Goldman Sachs loans. This is the Yamal economy at its most desperate. The club needs the stadium to be finished to pay for Yamal, but they need Yamal to stay world-class, so fans keep buying tickets for a stadium that isn't finished. It's a circular nightmare where the 18-year-old is the only thing generating the hype that keeps the creditors from knocking on the door. Lamine Yamal is more than a footballer. He is the bridge between a bankrupt past and an uncertain future. If the Yamal economy succeeds, he will be remembered as the man who saved Barcelona from becoming a relic of history. If it fails, he will be the final tragic symbol of a club that asked too much of its children because it couldn't manage its adults. But one thing is certain: the billion-dollar boy is no longer just playing for trophies. He's playing for the survival of a giant. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the business of the beautiful game. If you want more stories about the money, power, and politics behind your favorite clubs, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This is GoalLine Stories, where the real game happens behind the scenes. I'll see you in the next one.